Welcome to Boris FX Live. Sponsored by Dell, Nvidia, and Intel.
Hello and welcome. Yes, we're back. It's Boris FX Live. I'm Ben Brownlee for Boris FX, and this is a very special live stream. We're here to talk about a new addition to the Boris FX family, Vegas Pro. And that's the reason why we're doing something precedented, but actually quite rare for us. A simulcast to the Boris FX and Vegas Pro YouTube channels. So, here's a situation. At the start of April, Vegas Pro officially came under the Boris FX umbrella, and we released Vegas Pro 2026 then. Frankly, we were overwhelmed by the response, and along the way there were a few technical hiccups since solved, and a lot of questions from the active and supportive Vegas Pro community. Now, some of these we had answers for, and others that we couldn't really know until now. And that's what this stream's all about. So the bat signal has gone up, and I've assembled a group of Vegas Pro veterans to answer your questions live about Vegas Pro, present and future. So we're also going to be looking at some of the new features in Vegas Pro 2026 from a familiar face to the Vegas Pro community, but a new one for Boris FX. As ever, I am joined by Brian Fox in Mission Control, and I've been instructed to give you a warning up front. When we did these things every 2 weeks, this stream was smooth as silk. Anyone who watched those would tell you that. I mean, it was maybe smooth as something, but anyway, it wasn't maybe always that smooth, but it has been a while. I'm guessing you're going to see some of the rust being shaken off, and I'm going to take some of the blame for some of them, and the guy over there is going to take the rest of the blame for it. So Brian, have we made sure that we have wound up all the computer clockwork?
I think we're live. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah.
I possibly live to 2 channels. It's always smart to not live stream for 8 months and then to go wildly hot onto two streams as well. What happened to our open? Where's how to enter, the giveaway, all that stuff? We're coming in white hot. Why don't we?
We're coming in white hot because we're meant to be doing all of this stuff. Like, we're meant to, because I've got stuff to give away. I've got 5 copies of Vegas Pro Ultimate to give away, and we haven't told anyone how they can do that yet.
Let's do it.
All right. Okay. So I mean, sometimes people just have to be a little bit patient, you know. So the whole point of this is that we want you to get involved. We're asking questions live, we're answering questions live. And what we want you to do, if you're watching this on either of the YouTube channels, there is a little comment box which you can tippy tap your questions into. If you're watching us on borisfxlive.com, which I would recommend, obviously, there's also going to be a comment box there to ask your questions there. So the other reason, and this is why I brought it up, the other reason to go to borisfxlive.com is that you will see a special box at the bottom of the page, and that is where you can where you can join our little competition. So all you have to do is enter your details into there for a chance to win, and I'm going to give away at least 3, maybe 4. Possibly 5, depending on how good the questions are. 1-year subscriptions of Vegas Pro Ultimate. So that's our top level of Vegas Pro, which includes a ton of stuff that we will be obviously talking about a little bit later in the show. So each of these has a 199.95 value attached to it, and it's going away. Let's do 5. We're giving away 5 lucky winners today. All you have to do, go to borisfxlive.com, scroll down to the bottom of the page to tap your details in. Easy, easy, easy. All right, what else is going on here? I want to say big thank you to our sponsors, of course, Nvidia, Dell and Intel, for helping to make this happen. We are very, very happy that they are still sponsoring our ever so professional live streams. And obviously a big shout out to our Discord community. We are on Discord. I would say that QR code is a 50-50 chance of actually working. You probably want to go to www.borisfxdiscord.com. don't just go borisfxdiscord.com. Yeah, you've got to have the trip dubs in there. So www.borisfxdiscord.com. All right, and of course you can follow us on all of the socials. You are here on YouTube, you know where we are. Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. We are still there as well. Cool, excellent. Well, let's crack on, shall we? Brian, you're going to be my partner in crime today,
sir.
Meaning that we are not committing crimes for the Google DeepMind algorithm. There will be no literal crimes committed in the next hour. For once.
Correct.
Good.
Incorrect. Not sure. Let's go.
Not sure.
Let's go.
We'll see. We'll see. All right. Well, we're still getting some questions coming in. I've got a couple that I was noting earlier, and probably one of the biggest ones. I want to start with some good news, because we've been getting a lot of feedback from people who have bought Vegas Pro V2020, V23 before Boris FX bought it. So before the Boris FX version came out, people were buying the old version up to then. What is happening to those licenses?
Yes. So if you bought Vegas 23 between January 1st and April 1st, you're going to get a free upgrade to Vegas Pro 2026. Now, we've done this because we understand some people were caught in the middle. Like anytime like a big kind of deal happens, like has happened with Boris FX taking over Vegas Pro, some people can be caught in the middle. There's just nothing we can do about that. So what we've done is we're going to upgrade everyone who bought this year, like Vegas Pro 2026. If you bought in 2026, right, you're going to be upgraded for free. If you bought prior to January 1st, so if you bought at the end of last year, you're going to get a 25% off discount off the upgrade to Vegas Pro 2026. If you've already upgraded and you've hit any of these two categories, you're going to get a refund, right? So you're going to get a full refund if you bought this year, and if you bought last year, you'll get a 25% off refund. If you bought through a third party, right? If you bought through like someplace other than Magix.com, you're going to have to reach out to our support because we don't know. We don't have any data on that, if that makes sense. We don't have any records of that. So if you reach out to our support team with your proof of purchase, if you fit any of those categories, we'll take care of you as well, right? I think that takes care of those. Those are all perpetual customers, right? So those are people who bought lifetime licenses. A lot of people too have had questions about subscriptions, and valid so, right? Like undertaking this, or kind of, let's just say, importing all of these records into our system and the way that we manage our data is a huge undertaking, right? And we are working diligently on it. The full team is focused on this. It is just like hard things are hard, right? And they do take time. So we are still importing all of the subscriptions. We have a goal which we will stick to and we will achieve, is May 1st, to have everything in our system. So what does that mean if you're a subscription customer? That means as of at the latest of May 1st, hopefully sooner, but I can't promise that, when you log into your Boris FX account, you will see your Vegas Pro 365 subscription, and then you'll see a second Vegas Pro 2026 subscription. That will expire as the same date as your Vegas Pro 365, right? So you'll have two subscriptions will end on the same date. When your subscription ends, your Magic subscription for Vegas Pro 23, that will be done. And then you'll have the choice whether you want to continue on with us or not, right? It will auto renew automatically. You can turn that off if you want, up to you at that point. But all of that will be ready to go by May 1st. And if you don't see any of this happening by May 1st, definitely reach out to our support and we can take care of you. But until then, we thank you for your patience. we are working through. It's just a whole bunch of data, and smarter people than me are working on it and managing managing all of the e-commerce side of things. So does that make sense, Ben?
Or just so I've got, because I've started to write this down.
Yes.
So anyone who purchased between January the 1st and April the 1st with the Vegas Pro 23 will get a free upgrade.
Yes.
Anyone who purchased 23 prior to that will get a substantially discounted upgrade price to come up to the new thing.
Yep.
And people who are on subscriptions will have 2 subscriptions coming. So they'll have the subscription they bought previously plus the Vegas Pro 2026 Boris FX subscription that gives them all the upgrades and all of that stuff. And that's going to sort of carry on like co-termed at for the same date.
Correct. Right.
Good.
So basically you'll get a free cross grade to a Vegas Pro 26 subscription, and those 2 subscriptions, like you'll have 2 of those, which will run until your Vegas Pro 2023 ends, and then you'll continue on with us, or you'll not. That's up to you. That's completely your call. There is one other wrinkle to try and make something a bit more confusing. If you were a Vegas Pro 23 Suite customer, right, by a subscription, you will get a Vegas Pro Plus equivalent, right? So if you subscribed to Vegas Pro 365 Suite, you will get a Vegas Pro Plus. That kind of makes sense. Those are the 2 tiers. We now have 3 tiers, which we'll get into later, of the difference between the tiers, but Plus makes the most sense for Suite customers.
Cool, excellent. And the last, because I saw this pop up a couple of times as well, because we had some people who were very keen to come up to 26 already, so they would be covered by the free upgrade to 2026, but they've paid Boris FX some money to upgrade already. They're going to get refunded, and so they don't have to do anything at all. Correct.
Correct. They're going to get refunded automatically, and that will happen by May 1st as well. We've put forth that May 1st deadline to basically be done with all this. And I mean, I'm sure we're not going to be 100% done. I'm sure there's going to be some people caught in the middle. You can imagine people, like I mentioned earlier, have bought off a third-party website, and we have, no idea of them, or they get caught in the wash. But for the vast majority of customers, they can think of that May 1st deadline as that's when we're going to have everything imported into Boris FX, and we're going to be off and running at that point with Vegas Pro 26.
Excellent. And we're going to put those links in the chat as well, so that people can sort of get in contact really easily. Like we've got like a whole little frequently asked questions thing on the Boris FX website already. But it's worth just mentioning that there is like a special place if you're having any sort of licensing issues, then just contact Boris FX support, and they are happy to help and get everything sorted out.
Absolutely.
Cool. Well, shall we bring in some more people so it's not just us?
Let's do it.
Yeah, all right. Because I want to bring in some faces that parts of the Vegas community should know already. I'm going to bring in Gary Rebholz, who is he doesn't like to use the word legend, so I'm not going to use it. I'm going to use the word legend of Vegas Pro. And I'm also welcome to Boris FX Live, Gary. Thank you very much for joining us today. And I'm also going to bring in Derek Blume as well, who is the Vegas Pro team lead, the current Vegas Pro team lead. Derek, welcome.
Hello, thanks for having me here.
No, it's great to have you here, or have you both here. And this sort of like amount of Vegas Pro knowledge that you're bringing in. What I want to sort of do is kind of talk a little bit about where the future is for Vegas Pro and what sort of development is going to look like, based off of some of the questions that that we've been seeing a lot, actually. One of the things that's on people's minds is Mac support for Vegas Pro. Currently, Vegas is a Windows only product. Derek, can you talk a little bit about Mac support for us?
Yeah, it's probably one of the most requested things for Vegas Pro. Uh, the idea of doing a Mac version, we've looked into this. It is a massive undertaking for us to do. I will not, I will never say never as far as Mac support is concerned, but uh, we don't have any current plans for it. As we are always looking for potential ways to go about that to make Vegas more accessible to other platforms. But for right now, we've been through this quite a bit, and we are focused on making the Windows version of Vegas Pro as good as we possibly can, and that is where our focus is right now.
Nice. I think that's a good place to be as any. Um, like Gary, can you talk a little bit about some of the things that you see for Vegas Pro in the future as well?
Yeah, sure. It, I know this can sometimes sound, hyperbolic or whatever, but I truly haven't been more excited about the future of Vegas Pro for many years now. The fit with Boris FX is unbelievable. It's exactly what should have happened, and I'm really thrilled that it did happen. The team right now is super engaged, really full of energy and ideas, and already with the 2026 release has made so many improvements to the software, even over the previous version 23. So I don't know, the future is wide open. I personally would love to see just really rock solid support for all the other Boris FX products. We're already seeing that being worked on, and of course, with AI and everything else that's going on in the industry, there's just an endless amount of possibility here. I'm really excited about it. I'm really excited to see Vegas Pro in the hands of Boris FX with the team. That's great.
Nice, thanks. Yeah, I think like already, we're trying to sort of bring together the sort of the best of Boris FX software and sort of see how all of that stuff can start to support each other, because that's the nice thing about an ecosystem.
Ben, I hate to say, your camera has gone black.
You're gonna have to keep saying this.
Much like your soul. It is dark,
This is a half truth.
black.
It's very grey. It's a
Look
very
at
grey soul.
look
Well,
at
while
look
you're
at
here,
look at what you've
there we
done
go.
to my double box.
No,
This is
look at this.
just
Look at this. Hang on.
awful.
Look,
There
we
we
go.
go. Amazing.
All
Amazing.
you had to do was ask nicely. And
Thank you. Thank you.
yes, we're having. This is one of the gremlins that I spoke about, like at the very start. I sort of suspected this was going to be a possibility. Denmark has finally gotten above 6 degrees centigrade for the first time, and my camera's just not used to these Mediterranean heats. So yeah, apologies to everyone. While we're here, actually, Brian, can you talk a little bit about story blocks? This is something that's also popped up. This was something that was there as part of the old Vegas subscription.
Mhm. Mhm.
You may be muted, Brian.
See, now, come on. I
See
mean,
this. See
unbelievable.
this is something I was saying. Like this isn't me.
Unbelievable. Okay, let me start that over again. It was a beautiful answer, I will say, the first one,
It was so impassioned.
but only
Yeah.
for me. All right, story blocks, right? So this is now going to be a rehearsed answer. Story blocks came with Vegas Pro 23, right? Perpetual licenses, got access to story blocks. It is stock footage, motion graphics, a whole bunch of good stuff. It was a limited time you had access to story blocks. Even though you had a perpetual license, there was an end date to that access. With Vegas Pro 26, story blocks is available, but only for subscriptions. And there is no limit on downloads. It is unlimited access for subscription customers. It is not available, though, for perpetual licenses. That's because it doesn't make sense to us at Boris FX to offer a third-party service with a perpetual license because we can't guarantee they'll be around forever. It's a a contract we have to write with an outside company. It just doesn't quite make sense to us to give a perpetual customer an end date on something. And so that is why you're going to see moving forward to the future, if there are deals with third parties, that's always going to come with subscriptions. This is just what makes sense to us from a business aspect and on a business model. But for Vegas Pro 23 customers, like nothing's changing, right? If you want to stay on Vegas Pro 23 and you want to continue to story blocks, like there's nothing wrong with that. That's going to continue, or not nothing wrong with it, but it's not going to end. It's going to end when your original access was finished, when you originally bought Vegas Pro 23. So we really don't have anything to do with that, but that is going to go on. If you bought for a year, you have access to it till the end of the year. But for Vegas Pro 26 customers, they'll have access to story blocks as part of their subscription.
I would add one more thing to that is as one of the things that had previously been offered for users perpetual licenses was the ability to buy additional quota, because there was this limited number of downloads you'd be able to get. That we will not be offering either at this time.
That's good to know. That's a good addition there.
So that really does only affect the Vegas 23 customers at this point, right?
And that's going to be people who weren't on the subscription. So
right.
we just I mean it's I know we're repeating this a lot, but it's very clear that we have to be quite black and white about the differences between subscriptions and perpetual licenses really now.
Yep.
I've got like a ton of questions. I'm trying not to get distracted by the stream of questions coming up here. I just want to say that keep your questions coming. If you're watching on YouTube, drop them in the chat there. If you're watching on borisfxlive.com, drop them in the chat there. If you haven't done so already, please go to Boris FX Live and enter our prize draw as well. We will be giving away 5 annual subscriptions to Vegas Pro Ultimate today. So that's going to be 5 lucky winners. And one of the things that's coming up is that people say they have no interest in buying subscription software. At Boris FX, that's absolutely fine. There's always the choice to get a perpetual license or a subscription license. It's just, you've got to understand there are going to be some features that just aren't going to be available in those perpetual licenses because of the nature of what the offer is.
Yep. And you're right, Ben, you'll find that with all our products, right? We offer perpetuals, we offer subscriptions. We really believe in customer choice. It's really whatever works for you. Some people really love subscriptions. As we know, some people hate subscriptions. It's what works for you. There's not one model that fits every human, so there shouldn't be one offering. So that's kind of at our core ethos of how we make software, right? So there's no reason we're going to change that with Vegas Pro. We're going to continue to offer perpetual and continue to offer subscriptions.
Can I spring something on you? Can I
sure.
Find one person who is going to love a subscription, because I want to give them a free subscription right now?
Oh, let's do it. Let's do it. Okay.
Come on,
Let's go.
come on.
Let's
This is
go.
this
Let's
is
go.
this is going to
Let's
be
go.
not only the first roll of the tombola that we've had in 2026. This is going to be the first roll of the tombola that we've had for many months, and this makes me sad.
I'm
So we are
frantically
giving a
frantically trying to find the sound effects. Okay, here we go. Okay.
so we are giving away a 1 year subscription right now to Vegas Pro Ultimate to one lucky winner. Do we have this winner now?
I do. I
Well,
do.
let's come on. Let's spin this wheel. Let's
All
spin
right.
it. I mean, it's not a wheel. It's a tombola. Everyone loves a
Oh,
tombola.
no.
So give
See,
me the
wait, hold
tombola.
on. I just spun it, but I don't have it on now. Hold on, hold on. My arm is, I'm rusty. I have grown weak over the months.
This.
I've gone lazy. All right, here we go.
Okay, here we are. Right, this is going to be good. I'm looking forward to this one. I love giving away software, and it's going to Roberto Almeida. Roberto, congratulations! You are our first winner of the of Vegas Pro Ultimate. The first winner of the stream. We have 4 more of these to give away. And it could be if you go to borisfxlive.com, scroll to the bottom of the screen and just tap your details in there. Roberto, we will be in contact within the next 24 hours to give you your prize. We know who you are. We know how to find you. This is never not creepy. I need to stop saying this. It's now imprinted in my brain. I'm very sorry, Roberto, and to all of our other winners.
Reset your camera again, Ben. Let's. What other big questions have come up? Let's talk about some big ones that we've been asked a ton. Like I said early, Ben, you mentioned this earlier, but early in the transition, we had hoped to get everyone's existing perpetual licenses into your Boris FX account. That was a lot more difficult than we imagined. But as of today, you should see your older perpetual licenses in your Boris FX account. With a big caveat, as long as you created that Boris FX account with the same email you used to purchase from Magix, that data should be in there as well. And the reason why we want that data in there is because in the future, if you want to upgrade, that's the best way to do it. You can easily upgrade those older perpetual licenses over to Vegas Pro 2026. And I will say right now we are kind of running, to kind of celebrate this big transition, we're upgrading any older license up to Vegas Pro 2026. So it doesn't just have to be a Vegas Pro 23. Any older license can be upgraded over to Vegas Pro 26. So if you don't see that data in your account, go ahead and reach out to support at borisfx.com and they can help you out. Like I said, there are many edge cases, like we talked about earlier, where we don't have access to that data. So if you've bought from a third party, just have your proof of purchase ready and we can take care of you. And Ben is back. Thank you, Ben. Amazing. All right. But
Didn't have audio, but I'm definitely
There you
back.
go.
There we
There you
go.
go.
See, I
Nice.
know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. All right, let's talk a little bit more about the future of Vegas as well. Derek, like this one's for you. We've been hearing a lot about sort of cross compatibility with other software as well, and sort of we understand that the editing is going to happen in Vegas Pro, but it might not end in Vegas Pro. So where are we with sort of thinking about import and export of projects out to other software?
Yeah, that's a really good question because with the acquisition of Vegas Pro by Boris FX, it really gives us an opportunity to redirect to the professional market again. That being said, it means we need to be able to have interoperability between Vegas Pro and other tools. That functionality has lapsed over the last several years. So that will be a major focus for us. One of the features that we are actually currently working on is an export option to Open Timeline IO. We want to improve our ability to export to After Effects, Premiere, to other tools that are oftentimes used in conjunction with Vegas. So that will be a major focus for us as we move on.
Nice. And Gary, can you talk a little bit about some of the AI models as well, and sort of what's happening there a little bit?
Yeah, probably Derek is more well suited to answer that question than I am, but in a general sense, some of the AI models that had been being used in Vegas Pro 23 and previously have been switched over to the models that Boris FX has been using, and that just makes perfect sense. And I think rather than to continue to stammer, I think I should let the smart guy answer the question. Derek, go ahead.
Well, yes, that's going to be a major focus for us as well. Boris FX has a large and established team working on AI features and machine learning and creating new models. And one of the key parts of the move from our previous owner to Boris FX is now being able uh, to utilize the resources available to us at Boris FX to improve our AI offerings within Vegas Pro. So that is, whether it's natively within Vegas Pro or using other plugins that are available through Boris FX, we will be focused very hard on improving our AI features to make not to necessarily replace the creative process, but to help enhance the process for our users as they try to bring to life the visions that they have for the content they're creating.
I think that, I mean, this is very much the watchword of how Boris Effects treats and understands AI as a tool for artists rather than a tool to replace artists. You know, this is the whole point of where all of this AI development is sort of going for Boris Effect. It's always been about creative ways of doing things that maybe aren't the most interesting uses of your time, or doing stuff that, you know, has been traditionally very difficult to do with standard sort of computer vision tools before. You know, things like noise reduction, you know, really high quality upscaling, that sort of stuff, and map creation. But I think instead of talking about this a bit more, I want to bring one more person into the chat if possible. I want to bring in my new friend, Josh Crahen, in here. Josh is a well-known face in the Vegas community. Hello, Josh, and welcome back, I believe, to Boris FX Live.
Hey, no, I don't know if I've ever been on
You,
Boris FX
you
Live.
didn't do a live. Oh my goodness,
No.
that seems like a mistake. Well, Josh, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm a Vegas Pro video editor. I've been doing it for a very long time, back when I was a young kid in high school playing Halo. It's kind of when I started dabbling into video editing, realized Vegas Pro was better than Windows Movie Maker, and never looked back from there. Yeah.
So it's kind of safe to say that you've been a big fan and user of Vegas Pro for a long time. Why
Yep.
why are you wearing the Boris FX hoodie, apart from, you know, the fashion statement?
This whole thing? Oh no, no. Well, it's because I officially work for Boris FX now. So I used to do video editing as just a hobby, but now it's my career, and can't be more happy about it.
That's it. And people will be seeing more and more of your videos pop up on the Vegas Creative Software YouTube channel, and obviously the Boris Effects, the main Boris Effects video tutorial channel, as well as the days and weeks and months roll on. So we've already got some really nice stuff available from you up there already. But here's the real test. Do you
Oh,
think you can do something live?
Ooh, yeah, maybe I could throw
This is
something
this is
together
tough.
and show off some cool tools that Vegas Pro 2026 has now. Well,
Let's do it.
enhance
While you,
things.
while you
Yeah.
set that up, I'm going to tell people one more time to go to borisfxlive.com because I've got a feeling that I'm going to get itchy and I want to give away some more free software in a second. So go to borisfxlive.com, scroll to the bottom of the page, enter your details in there, and you will win a chance or have a chance to win one of the 4 remaining Vegas Pro Ultimate subscriptions that we have available now. All right, I'm not going to disturb you anymore, I promise. Josh, take it away.
All right. Well, once we switch to my screen over here, I do have Vegas Pro 2026 live. And on my timeline, I added just a video of a cool parrot, a little cool bird, right? And I wanted to use the new enhanced AI Z depth to mask it out because this would be just quite impossible to chroma key a moving subject like this or any kind of masking. And so I wanted to use AIZ depth to mask it out because I want text to fly behind it. And I want to show you how easy that is to do. But I also wanted to throw in the awesome new Mocha Vegas to track the text to this bird's cool looking scary eye right here. But well, we're going to just play it one time through so you can see it. It's just bird moving around, his head moving like crazy. And then towards the end, right about there, I want to make the text fly behind him. So maybe right about, maybe this looks like a good spot, right? And so first thing I'm going to do is track it. So I'm going to use Mocha Vegas for that. So you go to your video effects, then you have Mocha Vegas here. Drag and drop, and then launch Mocha UI. Mocha Vegas was in Vegas, older Vegas models, and now it's back, and I'm so happy because it was an amazing tool, just integrated directly inside Vegas. And if you've never seen Mocha Vegas before, it's an amazing planar tracker. It's high end, Academy Award winning, even is from what I've read. It's phenomenal. So you can play your clip back and forth, and I want to just track this eyeball, and we could do that super easily. Pick your frame that is, very clear, and this one looks pretty good to me. And up at the top, you'll see your tools. I'm going to be using the elliptical X-spline tool just to draw a simple circle over that eyeball. And from there, you see it added a layer. We have tools on the left, and we could tell, how we want to track any kind of options. I'm not going to be using skew, rotate, or scale in this. I'm only going to be doing the translation because it's just moving up and down for me. If his head was turning left and right and I wanted to maybe put a tattoo on his face, we could probably do that. But we're just going to do it a little simple here. I always like to rename my layers, keep them organized. So I'm just going to call this one I, right? And then down here, we can either do the track backwards button, track forwards button, or track forwards and backwards in one click. So I'm going to go ahead and click that since my timeline is set here in the middle, right? So I'm going to click track forwards and back. It tracked forward, and now it's tracking back. And we can see that's a massive head movement, but we'll look at that track, and it's right there, perfectly locked on. And that tracked in, 5-10 seconds, less than that, and it's perfect. So we have the translation tracked now. What we want to do is I like to show the surface, tracking surface right here, which brings up this little bitty blue square right here. And this is your tracking point data that Vegas is going to read and understand when you transfer everything over to it. If I were to keep it this small, of this square of a box, anything I put inside there is going to be shrunken down to a little bitty square, and we don't want that. So I'm going to click the Align Surfaces button, but before I do that, actually, I'm going to drag to my ending frame. Because remember, my text is going to follow his eye all the way to the very last frame. So the last frame, I want my text to be in the exact position I want it to be. So I'm going to go ahead and hit Align Surface, and we can see that this blue square now fills the frame. It fills the entire frame, and it matches the aspect ratio. So we drag the timeline back and forth. That blue square is going to follow along with that eyeball. Pretty cool. And then, once you got that, Control S to save it. You can close Mocha Vegas. And now all of that data is inside the video event effect, the Mocha Vegas effect. So we can drop down our tracking data group, and then all we need to do is click track data, or create track data, sorry. And it automatically creates keyframes for that track we just did. So instead of manually doing that with pan and crop per keyframe and making it look, the best you can easily get it done in what was that, a minute or two, something like that. And so cool. We got that track down. Now let's attach it. Let's anchor it to some text. So I'm going to right click and insert a new video track. And then from there, we have a new timeline track above here for video. I'm going to bring my cursor back down to the very first frame, right click in the empty space and insert some text media. So now we got some media on our timeline. And of course it's in front of the bird and it's, not anything special at the moment. I created a cool little preset called cool text for the cool bird. I matched the primary color for his feathers and the secondary for the underbelly of him. So that looks pretty cool. But I want to attach it, right? I want it to follow his eyeball. So I'm going to simply go down to apply export. And once I click that, then our little motion tracking UI comes up and it tells us, okay, where are we going to apply this? You can do it two ways. You can either use this little drop down arrow and it shows you all of the events you have in your project and you can apply how you can apply it to them. Or you can just click the little target tool and drag that selection over to the thing you want. Let's just say you have a ton of tracks or a ton of events. It might be easier just to drag it onto there. When you let go of your click, it'll tell you all the ways you can attach it. Because I did my show surface area and made that the specific square I was looking at, I'm going to use add picture to picture option. And then that is going to latch on this text using the picture-in-picture event, or the picture-in-picture effect, which if we click on our text and go to event, we see picture-in-picture, and then it automatically sets all the tracking stuff in this area right here. So we scrub our timeline, we'll see that the text is latched onto that eyeball. That's an easy way to do it for sure. So you can simply move the text where you want using pan and crop. And then say, I want my text to be...
Can I just barge in for a sec, please? Sorry, one sec. Could you just move that motion tracking window a little bit over to the left, please? Because it's a little bit tricky to see it with your head in the way.
Right there. Is that better?
That's my bad. Let me get rid of him.
Brian, how could you?
Sorry. I was eating.
So this is what happens when we take a break from live streaming for too long. Sorry, folks.
I'll show you the buttons I pressed again because I know it was covered by my face and we don't have to see that anymore. So if we click on our event that has Mocha Vegas on it, which was this section of this clip, we have Mocha Vegas right here. That lights up the motion tracking because, hey, the event called Bird has the Mocha mask on there. And from there, we can click this little drop down arrow and then select what we want to attach it to, or click the selection target tool, motion track transfer, and then drag it like we did to the text. That's a little motion tracking UI right there. Very helpful. And so now we've latched the text, right? So that's cool. And now once the text stops, and right here is where the keyframes end, and then the bird makes a quick turn. I want my text to fly away, but behind him. And I don't want to do some crazy masking or anything like that. I'm going to use Z-depth for that because Z-depth has been just enhanced. It's amazing. And so what I'm going to do is go to my transitions tab, and I'm going to add a swish pan. I got a little custom one right here that if you drag it, you'll see it flies away right. A cool little blurry flyaway swish pan. Love it. And then from here, it's still, of course, in front of the bird. So I'm going to actually make the selection of the entire transitions length, which is 11 frames, and I'm going to split this clip for the bird, leaving just this section of bird clip under the swish pan. And I'm going to right click, create a new video track, hold control on my keyboard and drag this little section up above it. And now we have two tracks of this bird, but this one is overlapping everything else. If we fade it down, we can see the text behind it. We're going to use this top track. We're going to use Z-depth on the top track so we can mask out this bird. I'm going to mute the text track as well as the background track of the bird. And I'm going to go to my video effects tab. I have it in my favorites already, but it's called AI Z-depth. Drag my default onto the top clip. And then in 1 second, it automatically detects the subject. That's what Z-depth does. It uses AI to assume what your foreground and background are and how deep your entire shot is based on either normalized values or absolute values. Absolute values I like to be in this mode because it gives me a range from 0 to 10 to work with. But if I were to go down to the visualization area, we can actually see what the AI sees. If we go down to depth, the AI sees the bird here in the front. The lighter parts, also the higher values, are closer to the camera in its brain. and the darker values are further away from the camera. So if we play this little clip, let me loop it real fast, and we play it, it sees that the bird right here is in the front, and it does a really good job automatically just with the default values of separating the subject and assuming what's in front, which is good. So back over here, we're going to, let me move this real quick. So back over here in our visualization, I'm going to move it to threshold, and this is where we see all of our adjustments that we're making, right? So if we were to bring the furthest value up, we're going to see it start deselecting the bird from the back going forwards. And, we don't want that because we want the bird to be selected. And so I'm going to keep this probably around 4 is pretty good. How about 3.94? Pretty good. If we were to drag the nearest frame downward, it's going to start deselecting the subject from the front of what it assumes the camera is to the rear. So you can make some really cool effects with Z depth with like in-between selections this way. But for this one, we're just going to stick with masking out our subject. And so right here, let's scroll through our clip and see if it missed anything. But it doesn't, since it's only, 11 frames long. But you can see it's actually made a really nice outline of this bird, and it's all masked out. So if we were to go ahead and actually, one thing I want to show you too is sometimes masks can be rough. And a cool thing with the Map Finesse group down here is you can actually have this awesome little feathering tool and blend your edge into the background. Really nice. But I've never been a fan of using automatic features in things like this, except for this one. I use auto feather because the AI is smart enough to adjust the feathering for each frame of your clip. So instead of setting a hard number at 0.10, right? We're going to do auto feather, and every frame it's going to be like, I think this is the best. I think this is the best, and go from there. So when we do auto feather, it does a really good job of blending in and smoothing out your mask to the part that's not masked out. So in this case, the background. So if I were to go to visualization and bring that back to none, this is what we see. Let me bring this visual back to 100%. So we look at this and we see a really good looking cutout parrot right there, right? If I unmute the text track and unmute my background track, then now if we watch this text, it's flying behind our masked out bird. Looking real good. All right, so let me go ahead and select my entire little scene and from here and play that and see what it looks like. Bird comes up, pulls the text up with it because it's latched to that eyeball, then it flies away behind him. So that's three awesome little things you could do right there very quickly in Vegas. And the Z-Depth tool works with not just shots with blurry out of focus backgrounds, but I mean, it does some complex stuff. And you can see these parameters. You can make some really cool stuff out of it. But I just wanted to give you guys an example of some cool new things that are inside Vegas Pro 2026.
It's also probably worth saying that if people want to learn more about the specifically that depth one, you've got a sort of full tutorial available right there, so you can sort of see how you could use it for color correction or for putting smoke behind someone, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I'll be uploading tutorials and creating content for Boris and Vegas primarily, and they will be uploaded in the Vegas Creative YouTube channel, the one we're live streaming to. One of the two we're live streaming to right now. So you'll be seeing a lot more of my face and my tutorials in the near future, and indefinite future, and we'll go from there.
Nice. Oh, sorry.
If you wouldn't mind me interrupting just for a second, I hadn't had a chance to see Josh's demo before just now, and actually this demo fits in perfectly with what I was saying earlier about being excited about, never being more excited about the future of Vegas than I am right now, because the return of Mocha Vegas to Vegas Pro is just huge. It's such a wonderful tool. And the improvements that Josh just showed on the Z-Depth feature that goes into your question about AI in Vegas in the future, and the improvements that have been made because we've switched to some of the Boris models. So this, Josh, your demo was absolutely perfect in underscoring some of the things I was trying to say earlier.
Yeah, it's come a long way. Yeah, like you and me are some of the few that remember Mocha Vegas, and I'm so happy it's back in the Vegas Pro Plus version. Vegas Pro Plus has Mocha Vegas. Vegas Pro Ultimate has Mocha Vegas as well as Mocha Pro as plugins. So
Well, actually, that's a good point. Can we bring up the little comparison chart? I want to, because I'm going to give away a version of Vegas Pro Ultimate in just a second.
Oh,
But like this is a sort of good way of just sort of talking about the three different levels of Vegas Pro now. You have like the core Vegas Pro, which gives you sort of all of the editing tools that you've got. And if you have a subscription, so that Vegas Pro is available as perpetual or subscription. And if you have a subscription, you also get story blocks there as well. Now, if you go to the next level up, which is Vegas Pro Plus, you get all of that stuff. Plus, you get Mocha Vegas, you get Particle Illusion, you get SoundForge. I know there was someone who was asking about SoundForge. I'm going to come back to SoundForge again in a second. And you get the Crumple Pop VST plugin. So that is like a ton of audio cleanup. So if you've ever wanted to enhance your voice or get rid of echo in a room, this is where you do it with the Crumple Pop VST audio plugins. Lovely, brilliant, perfect. Now, that's also available as perpetual and subscription. Now, if you go to the Vegas Pro Ultimate, this has like a ton of more stuff. It has everything that you got with a Plus, but you also get the full continuum plugins. So I can't remember how many plugins there are. It's like 300 effects now, more than 300 effects now. Popping straight up inside of Vegas Pro. You get Mocha Pro, so that's all the stuff that you have with Mocha Vegas, plus AI powered masking, full roto, object removal. There's a ton of kind of mesh warping, loads of fun stuff there. Optics for working with stills, of course, and you get the Crumple Pop Sound app, which also includes not just the denoising technology, but the way of splitting and doing stem separation here. Mm-hmm. So for a lot of Vegas Pro users, probably the interesting ones for you would be the Cinema 4 stems. So you take your shot and you can separate things out. So you have the voice coming out, you have effect coming out, you have music coming out as separate tracks, and you have other things popping out. So this means that if you're shooting in like a noisy bar environment, you can get rid of or just reduce the music that was in there, and you've still got like a workable shot that you didn't have before. Or you can use it for remixing music as well, which is something that I do all the time. So that's Crumple Pop Sound Up. That comes with Vegas Pro Ultimate. And that is subscription only. And I'm going to give someone that right now. So that's the price. You can have a look at that on the website. That's fine. We don't need the price. The price is immaterial except for the value of what I'm giving away right now. I'm going to give away 2 right now, here and now.
Two.
Yeah, I'm going to give away 2. This is it. If we've got the names loaded into the tombola, because I know because what people have been doing throughout the stream, they've been going to borisfxlive.com. They've been going to the bottom of that page and they've been typing in their details. That is all they've had to do, and they are now running a chance to win Vegas Pro Ultimate 12-month subscription to that. So Brian,
I'm ready.
How is the tombola going? Well, let's spin that tombola. Let's get the next name coming in. Come on, I'm going to spin it. Let's spin it. Go, let's go.
Hold on. Here we go.
Someone wants the drum roll. I want a tombola roll. This is it. This is as close as I'm going to get. We can't see it. We can't see who it is. There we go. Kamal Patel, congratulations. You are winner number 2. You are going to get a Vegas Pro Ultimate subscription, courtesy of Boris FX Live. Now, come on, let's do another one. Let's do it again.
All right,
let's roll this tombola one more time. So this is number 3 here.
Embrace your inner patience. It's coming.
This is good. This is good. So,
You are,
I'm not done giving away stuff after this one either.
you are not Gen Z. You can wait. You can wait. Hold on. Here we go. All right, I'm ready.
Here we
I'm
go.
gonna
All
spin
right.
it.
So, let's spin it. Spin the tombola. We're going to go. Winner number 3, 1-year subscription of Vegas Pro is Lana Pahax. I like I say this all the time, Lana. I apologise for butchering your name, but it doesn't matter because you are walking away. No, you are strolling away from this live stream with a 1-year subscription to Vegas Pro. It's not too late. If you aren't one of those 3 winners, you can still win. Go to borisfxlive.com, scroll down to the bottom of the page and enter your details. Terms and conditions obviously apply. Come on, they obviously apply. I've been getting a lot of questions coming through on the chat, which is excellent, and I want to still see those come through. I have got a question for Derek. Any future for SoundForge? We just mentioned SoundForge a second ago.
Right.
What's happening with SoundForge?
So we did release a rebranded version of SoundForge 2026 on the same day we released Vegas Pro 2026. We have every intention right now to continue development on SoundForge, to accelerate our development on SoundForge. We love the product. We want to bring it back to its glory, and we feel it is a very important companion to Vegas Pro as well. So we have a team that will be working on it, and we intend to continue to develop it, add new features to it, and provide some of the AI workflows that some people have been asking for. And quite frankly, we're pretty excited about that, and we love to hear from SoundForge users and users who may be interested in SoundForge on what you would like to see in the product in the future.
Cool. And Gary, I've got a slightly cheeky question for you. Obviously, we are live, and these questions are cheeky by their very nature. Acid. We haven't spoken about Acid, which is another audio product yet. Can you give us any hints about what's happening to Acid? If the answer's no, then the answer's no.
I can give you some hints. Acid came along with Vegas Pro and SoundForge in the acquisition by Boris FX. We haven't quite exactly defined what we're going to do with Acid in the future, but we are definitely looking very seriously at reviving Acid, finding its place back in the portfolio, and I'm super excited about this. Acid was really the first new product that I was involved with back actually 28 years ago yesterday, when I started with a little company called Sonic
Wow.
Foundry. And SoundForge already existed. It was a great product. Acid was new shortly after I started back then, and I've loved it ever since. I'm so excited to say that although we don't know exactly what the future holds for Acid, it holds something. It's not gonna just die without a fight. So I'm really excited about that.
So am I. I mean, just I don't think I've ever told anyone this, because it's not interesting to anyone apart from Acid Freaks. But when I was doing my final video for my film degree, the music was all created in Acid, and it was a very mad dash to sort of had this whole thing, and then we had, I think it was like 36 hours to do the whole soundtrack for it, and that was all put together in Acid over one very, very hectic weekend where no one did any sleeping at all.
Yeah, and there are just tons of stories like that. Acid really brought music making to the masses, right? To people that weren't necessarily musicians. And frankly, over the last 15 years, acid kind of lost its way. I shouldn't say acid lost its way. Acid always knew what it was, but the people in charge kind of lost the way for acid. And I'm really excited that Boris FX is looking at it and saying, no, there's still life there. And there is. There's just so much fun to be had and so much great music to be made by people who either are already musicians or never thought they would be making music. And yeah, let's bring it back.
Absolutely. Right. Well, Derek, I've got another one for you here. How integrated will Boris FX products be in Vegas Pro in the future? And how quickly will we see that integration?
The integration's begun. We've already started doing some work in that to a minimal extent in Vegas Pro 2026. We're going to be accelerating that. That is going to be a huge focus for us because the tools that are available with Boris FX are top of the line, and we want to be able to utilize those within Vegas to give our users the best experience possible. So that's I would say in the top 2 or 3 level priority for us right now. It's one of the main focuses of the team is to be integrating other Boris products into and have a much better integration in Vegas Pro.
I mean, and this is something we see across the product line historically as well. You know, there's a lot of shared technology that's going around. There's a dedicated machine learning team that create a lot of the tools that will get propagated out to the rest of the products. And what I always find fascinating is how, because each of these products has their own specific user base and what the user, the sort of typical user is looking for, none of this technology is integrated in exactly the same sort of way. It's always tweaked a little bit to make sure that it fits in for the workflow that that product user is actually going for.
Right. Yes, and that's with the variety of products and tools that are at Boris FX, we should be able to create that, for every type of workflow that our users have. We should be able to integrate the tools into Vegas to make it really an all-in-one go-to tool for video editing.
Absolutely. Now I know we're running a little bit short on time now, so I am going to plead with people, if you haven't got your questions in, it's now or never for this live stream. We're not going to go away, we're not going to be anywhere, but get your questions in for this team here and now. And if you haven't already done so, you can enter the competition. The clock is ticking on that. I'm going to be drawing the next name out, and there's only going to be one more after that. So we've got 2 people who are going to walk away with Vegas Pro Ultimate. BorisFXLive.com. BorisFXLive.com. And of course, if you're not on our Discord channels, you can head over to www.borisfxdiscord.com. And of course, if you want to join the Vegas Pro Discord, then we will put that link directly in the chat. That link is going in the chat. All right, let's pull our 4th winner of the stream, please. Do we have the tombola magically happening here? Oh, we do. He's not. Obviously, Brian's not going to cut to the right thing, but here it is. Sydney Nielsen. Sydney, congratulations. You are our 4th winner and the first winner who has only got lowercase letters in their name. This has never happened before. We've had people who have only had 1 name. We've had people who have had 3 names. You were the first person to have no capital letters. So hopefully this 1-year subscription to Vegas Pro Ultimate is going to be the thing that lifts your day if a capital S and a capital N cannot do so. Congratulations, Sydney. You join our 3 other winners today. We have one more coming up very soon. Alrighty, let's I'm going to throw over to Brian again while I take a quick look at the last questions that are coming in. Mr. Fox, could you give us a quick précis on what's happening with the Vegas Pro upgrades? I know we've got lots of people who are joining us who didn't see this bit at the beginning of the stream.
Yes, absolutely. So, lots of information coming at you right now, but this is a little kind of primer as to where we're at with all of the importing of past accounts and subscriptions. So, let's just start with, if you bought a Vegas Pro license in the past, you should see that data come into your Boris FX account today. Now, there is one caveat. If you signed up for your Boris FX account and used the same email that you used to purchase from Magix, then we should have been able to import that data and you should see it in your Boris FX account. There was some kind of, let's just say, speed bumps in the early with importing all that data, but we are confident that most, if not all, customers should see those older licenses in their Boris FX account. So why do you care about that? Just, it makes it easier to upgrade to Vegas Pro 26 automatically. If you bought Vegas Pro 23 this year, so if you bought from January 1st to April 1st, you are eligible for a free upgrade to Vegas Pro 26. So that means if you've already upgraded, if you bought Vegas Pro 23 and you already upgraded, a 100% refund is coming your way. But if you bought this year, we're going to upgrade you to Vegas Pro 26 for free. If you bought Vegas Pro 23 last year, then you're eligible for a 25% off discount on upgrading to Vegas Pro 26. Same thing, right? If you already have upgraded and you bought last year, you will get a 25% off refund coming your way. We aim to have all of this stuff done by May 1st. Apologies if you're hearing some background noise. My neighbors are landscaping right now at a great time during a live stream. But so we are aiming to have all of this done by May 1st. So thank you for your patience. Bear with us. This is a huge undertaking going on in terms of data management behind the scenes. But we are confident all of that stuff is going to be done by May 1st. Also, if you are a Vegas Pro 365 customer and you bought a subscription, same thing. By May 1st, we will have actually imported all of that data. And what's going to happen is you will see that Vegas Pro 365 subscription information in your Boris FX account, and you'll see a new Vegas Pro 26 subscription added right alongside that. Those two subscriptions will expire on the same date. Your original Vegas Pro 23 expiration date, your new Vegas Pro 26 subscription will expire on the same date. When that Vegas Pro 23 subscription expires, that's it. It's over and done with. And you can choose to continue on with us. You can choose to continue with Vegas Pro 26 if you want. That's completely up to you. But that's kind of where we're at with importing all of the old accounts and how we're handling existing subscription customers. And like I said, all of that is like, we aim to have that complete by May 1st. We're confident May 1st is a real date, and we're, always going to try and under promise, over deliver on that. But if May 1st comes around and you still don't see that Vegas Pro subscription in your account, or you haven't received your refund, please reach out to our support team, who are fantastic, and they will take care of you. Does that make sense, Ben? There's a lot of information.
It makes a lot of information, and actually there were two other questions that came up directly out of that. One,
Yep.
Are there monthly subscriptions available?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. We offer monthly, we offer annual, and we offer perpetual, and we will continue to offer that in the near future. Monthlies, you can go month to month. That's perfectly fine, right? That's up to you. If you want to jump in, jump out, absolutely. You're going to pay a bit more per year than annual. Obviously, there's a discount with annual, but annuals are available as well. Both those subscriptions auto renew, right? So if you sign up for a month, it's going to auto renew. You can turn that off in your Boris FX account. So you can turn off auto renew as well. Everything we sell also, by the way, has a 15-day money back guarantee, right? So if you do,
Yes.
want to try any piece of our software out, and for some reason you hate it, don't worry about it. Just reach out. We'll give you a full refund. That's a policy we've always had at Boris FX. I can count on one hand how many refunds we've given, right? This isn't like a thing that is kind of commonly asked for, but absolutely, if you're nervous about trying something out or you're quite not sure it's going to work, just go ahead and try it out. Or if you've already taken a trial, you want to jump on a monthly, go ahead and, if for some reason you don't like it, reach out to our support team. They'll offer you a refund for that as well.
It's worth saying that if you just want a trial, then that trial doesn't need a credit card or anything like that. It's literally a click of a button.
Yeah. The trial is always no credit card needed. That money back guarantee. I
wanted to add that a change for Vegas users now is that the trials are fully functional. We don't restrict any features off of that, with the exception of some of the subscription-only features. But there's no limitation on the size of the project or on rendering options. There's no watermark. It is a fully functional trial for 15 days.
It is a trial of Vegas Pro Ultimate too, right? So
correct.
You get all the goodies with that. You get Continuum, you get Mocha Pro, Crumple Pop, SoundForge, Particle Illusion, Optics, right? You get a lot in that trial.
So much stuff. The other question that came out of that, is there a cross-grade path available? Like if they want to upgrade from Plus to Ultimate at some point,
yes,
is that possible, and how do you do that?
Yes. Originally, early on in the first couple of weeks, we had a problem with our store where it was only allowing people like Plus customers, or sorry, Suite customers to only upgrade to Plus, or Vegas Pro customers only purchase Vegas Pro, but we have removed that limitation. So at this point now, absolutely, you can upgrade right to Ultimate. You can, if you're a perpetual customer, you can upgrade to Plus. If you're a subscription customer, you can, or let's just say if you're a subscription customer, I think what you would want to do is let that subscription end, and then you would want to purchase something. We want to purchase an Ultimate subscription or not. But I will say, if you do have a unique situation, let's say suppose you're a Vegas Pro 365 customer right now who is subscribing to Vegas Pro, and you want to move up to Ultimate, just reach out to our support team and let them handle that. A lot of that stuff that's why they're there, is to answer those unique questions. We try and offer as much self-service as we can on the website, but if you do run into a roadblock, just reach out to the support team and they can take care of you.
I want to say as well, like the support team have been, I'm going to say, surprised by the amount of enthusiasm that there's been for this. So there's been a lot of questions come through. So the support time is probably a little bit longer than it normally is. So I just want to thank people for their patience. We will get to you. If you put in one ticket, that ticket will be answered. We will get to you. Don't worry about that.
Let me add on to that. I will say, yeah, we have real humans, right? Like looking at each individual ticket and following up here. Here is a request from the support team. Please only fill out one ticket. There is, you can imagine, a queue, right? And there's a line of people, and we will get to everyone in order, but it does not help anyone if you fill out multiple tickets, because you're just going to lengthen the queue and actually end up causing, a delay in your own answer as well. So just know that every ticket is looked at, every ticket is monitored, and every ticket is answered. are we moving as fast as people would want? When we have a lot of questions, obviously that can be a lengthy time, but we're looking at 1 to 2 days at the max that we can get back to people. So
Yeah.
no need to fill out a second ticket. Get your requests in, and we will get to you in the order it was received.
Thank you. I want to just have a little chat with Josh again, because I've been ignoring Josh for a little bit longer, and I feel that's criminal. And I said no crimes for the next hour, and I think our hour has gone, so I can start committing crimes again. So, Josh, you've been working with Vegas Pro 2026 for quite a while now. Like,
Yeah.
what are your 3 favorite new bits in it, coming from, like, speaking as a long-term Vegas Pro user?
Oh, man. I mean, absolutely number one would be it's really hard to make Vegas crash. Like, it was known in the past, that Vegas would crash, or we see videos on YouTube of how to make Vegas run faster and make it crash less. And there's going to be no more need for those types of videos anytime in the future, because the Vegas core engine, that upgrade alone was just night and day difference. I could throw 4K footage on there, ABC codec, even HEVC, and it just runs like a dream. I don't even need to make proxies anymore on the same hardware that I used to in the previous versions. So definitely just stability. That and it's different for everybody. And like what y'all were saying, is when you encounter a problem, shoot the support team a message, and they'll work on getting it. We have QA, we have things we're doing to make sure the program only gets better. Just so so I guess number 2 would probably be the AI tools. They existed in previous versions, but that was pretty much the extent. They existed, they did the job, they did it okay. But now that we've upgraded their models and integrated Boris's AI into the existing AI tools that now we're in Vegas, they're just usable now. Like, I mean, Z depth, just that example I showed you, was like, you could not really do that on the other one. It was just going to be flickering, or it would be taking forever, hardware, GPU acceleration. So yeah, that would probably be a solid number 2, is just the integration of the AI. And number 3 is probably just the amount of plugins you get now with the packages. Like, you can get older versions of Vegas, and in the past, and they would just be coming with their own plugins. Like, there was really rare times it would be bundled with other plugins, but now you're getting like massive amounts of money bundled in with just your perpetual, your perpetual licenses, even your subscription stuff, your plus, your ultimate. Like, you're getting thousands of dollars of plugins bundled in with your low monthly thing. So I mean, like, that was a night and day difference. I was like, what? We get all of Continuum, like all of it, and Mocha Pro, like the whole thing? And yeah, you get it. And, it just opens up a whole world of possibilities, because I've always wanted Vegas to be amongst the top dogs in video editing. We have Premiere and Resolve, and it's now launching that way. It's got the support, it's got the devs, it's got the integration, it's got the technology behind it. And with the loyal fan base that Vegas has always had, we're always going to just continue to make it the best editor possible. And with y'all's feedback, with all of our YouTube videos and Reddit and Discord and the forums, we're listening. We hear what you want. We hear what you need fixed. We are doing that. We're adding those things. We're not just going to add what we think is cool. We're going to add what we know you think is cool, what you use. And so that's why I'm super excited to just be with the company now. It's like I get to actually talk to the devs. Like, hey dev, quick question, and then I'll ask them something, and I can get actual real answers instead of my best educated guesses. So that's just my thoughts on Vegas 2026, Vegas Pro 2026.
I mean, it's interesting you said about like the tutorials as well. It'll be again criminal. Here we are committing crimes again. Not to mention the fact that we've got a huge Vegas Pro Essentials training, free Vegas Pro Essentials training available now, which is been created by Grant K. So if you're a beginner Vegas user, or even if you were an experienced Vegas Pro user, have a little look at this. There are going to be a lot of tricks and tips that even experienced people didn't know. And I've heard this so many times from people who have watched this. Like, I've used Vegas Pro for X number of years, and I learned stuff from Grant. And it's like, yes, that's exactly what we're meant to be doing here. And of course, we've got Josh, who's going to be bringing in like a whole ton of new tutorials as well. And I know he loves taking requests. So if you've got anything you want to see, drop him a line. How do you do that? Well, you join Discord, of course, or you come over to the Vegas Pro Reddit, or you come over to the Vegas Pro forums. We got loads of places where we can get in contact with us. So we want to take this thriving community, and we want to sort of keep it going. We're one of the things that's always been obvious to me is just how passionate the Vegas Pro user base is, and that's I've not been disappointed by that at all. What do you say, Josh?
Oh yeah, 100% agree. You know, it's been a loyal fan base, even just community driven, unofficial for the past many years. And so now that we are official, the Vegas Pro subreddit is official, the Discord is official. You know, we got our guys in there, we got us, we got all the loyal fan bases, and we're just powering through. So it's awesome. It's just awesome. Yeah, everything about it just gonna keep getting better.
Perfect. Right. Well, we've run out of time for today. We do have 2 more things I want to do. I'm going to ask to post that Discord invite one more time in the chat. In fact, in both chats, because we are simulcasting. I do forget we are doing that. And I want to just hear final thoughts before we give away our final subscription to Vegas Pro Ultimate to the final lucky winner of the day. So, Gary, what are your final thoughts? What are you most looking forward to now, having sort of heard what's going on today?
You know, picking up on what Josh was just saying, the engagement of the Vegas Pro community really reigniting and really getting involved again. That's what I'm really looking forward to, because Vegas Pro has had an amazing community that's been through some really hard times as we've found our way to Boris FX. And I would love to see that community re-engage and get fired up again, and just ride this wave with Vegas, and take it into the future. That's what's really exciting about this.
Nice. Derek, final thoughts from you, please.
Yeah, a lot of what Gary said, I feel very much the same way. I've worked on this project not nearly as long as Gary has, but I've been working with Vegas for 15, 16 years. And for the first time in a very long time, we feel supported. The team does, and the team is excited to be able to really bring some awesome new features to the product, and we can't wait to see what our users are going to be able to use Vegas for. We want to see, we love seeing the content that our users create, and so that's the most exciting part for me is to see how people are using our tools.
Absolutely. Thanks for that, Brian. I'm not asking you for final thoughts. What I am asking you to do is get your tombola hand out again, please. Look at that, and you may or not be warmed up now. I know I certainly am. This is going to be the 5th copy, or the 5th annual subscription of Vegas Pro Ultimate that we're giving away today. This is lovely, because I love giving away free stuff. And I know that and I know people love getting free stuff. So everyone's in good company here. So, Brian, for the final time today, Boris FX Live, will you spin Ben's Magic Tombola? The 5th and final name is Dionysius Wilson. I'm going to say congratulations to you, Dionysius Wilson. You are the final, and I'm going to say in the top 5 favourites of the people who have won the Vegas Pro Ultimate subscription today. Some people say I'm hedging my bets on this. I don't think so. Thank you very much, everyone. We will be in contact with everyone who has won today within the next 24 to 36 hours. And we're going to tell you how you can get your software. In fact, we're just going to send you a license. That's the easiest way. That's the beauty of this, the way that we handle the prize draw. You're just going to get the stuff. It's great. I want to say thank you, not just to our guests, Derek Blume, Gary Rebholz, Josh Crahen, and of course, Mr. Brian Fox in Mission Control. I want to say thank you very much to the Vegas Pro community for helping us through and your patience in this this sort of transitionary period that we're going through. So I'm very much looking forward to the future. And if there's anything you want to see in terms of video tutorials or in terms of features for Vegas, please do let us know. I want to say that this live stream is going to be available as a restream later on as well. So if you missed the start, don't worry, it's always going to be available for you. All right. Thank you very much, everyone. My name is Ben Brownlee for Boris FX. This has been a special Boris FX Live, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now.